Hey guys, welcome to the next part. We're going to talk about solutions. The solutions are what we're going to use in order to extract your gold. Once you have recovered enough product and you have enough in your jar, like so. I'll try to keep it short and sweet, keep it simple for you guys. So the basic things that you're going to need is your white vinegar. It is 5%. It is the one that you cook with, not with the one that you clean. So your basic white vinegar. 3% of your hydrogen peroxide. Get 32-ounce bottle at Walmart for $1, very inexpensive. And your muriatic acid. It has to say 31.45% on the bottle. If it does not say 31.45%, you have the weak stuff, and you'll be going to be making several runs in order to extract all your gold because your stuff is weak. Just get the good stuff, save the money, save your time. It's all about efficiency in this business. So the basic recipe is going to be 1 cup of your white vinegar, 1 cup of your hydrogen peroxide, and 2 tablespoons of your muriatic acid. If you don't have something for tablespoons, use teaspoons. 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. So once again, 1 cup, 2 tablespoons. This stuff is perfectly safe, but it is strong. It is used in pools and spas to lower the pH balance, but it is also strong enough to clean concrete, so respect it. There is slight smell to it, so I don't, suggest breathing it in or anything else like that. PPE, it's always, encouraged. So, let's do it. So what you're going to be looking for in a couple characteristics. Once you have all your solutions together, it's going to start looking like this after a little bit, okay? So it's turning blue because the solution will eat up all metals, especially copper. Copper is what's causing it to turn blue. It'll eat up all metals except for your gold and your silver. That's pretty much what you're seeing there is just the gold. So we'll go ahead and put one together. Let's see. 1 cup white vinegar. My Australian Shepherd's sitting on my feet and can't even move anywhere. 1 cup of your hydrogen peroxide. Of course, my husky couldn't care less. He's off in his own little world, like always. All right, 1 cup, 1 cup. Pour it on in. Don't be scared. And unfortunately, because of what I use, I gotta do teaspoons, but it's gonna be 6 teaspoons to make 2 tablespoons. And this is also known as solution number 2. I hope that was my 3rd one. I think it was. All right, so that's 2 tablespoons. And put your lids back on. Do not leave your lid off of your muriatic acid. The fumes itself are still strong. If you put this under a car and take the lid off, it will cut the car in half. Don't say I didn't warn you. I always put that one just up and away and just get it out of here. If you're using jars like this that have metal lids, strongly suggest to get rid of that metal lid. Go with a plastic one. The reason is it will start to actually eat that metal lid, causing it to rust. Get rust on your gold. It will make your gold register a lower quality, a lower carat, which means less money. So I am all about cleaning your gold. The cleaner it is, the cleaner it registers. The cleaner it registers, the more money you make. Gold's bouncing between $86 and $88 per gram. Last thing you want it to do is pay you out on something half that because your gold's dirty. There is another solution. Solution number 1. We kind of use that for cleaning your gold before any kind of smelting or anything like that. It's going to be your 1 cup of hydrogen peroxide and 1 cup of vinegar. And instead of using the muriatic acid, you're going to be using sea salt. Has to be non-iodized. I use the coarse. It can be fine, but I like the coarse myself because I think the reaction's a little bit better. So if you have a full jar, something like this, of Ram sticks, then don't be surprised if you're going to have to run it 2, maybe 3 times. That just means you have a lot of product, but your first run should get most of your gold off. Typically, you're probably going to have this much product. Just put enough in there to cover, you know, your product itself, and that should be just fine. But like I say, if you have a full jar, the solution is only going to eat up so much before it stops working. So once that has stopped, after probably 3 to 4 hours, strain it out, collect your gold, or you could even, I leave my gold in. I try to get just the solution out until it's ready, because not only is that going to get the rest of your gold, but it's also going to clean it a little bit better too for you as well. Get any of that excess copper off of it or anything else like that. But once you have your solution in there, you mix it around a little bit. Make sure your lids are a little loose. Don't tighten them down right away. Your jars will warm up a little bit. That's going to be the vinegar kicking in. Vinegar will cook stuff. Put a piece of chicken in with a batch of white vinegar and leave it overnight. You come back and your chicken's cooked the next morning. Not even joking. So that's going to be your heating element, or your oxidizer, I guess. I don't know. I should have paid attention more in high school. So pay attention, kids. Anyways, so after 3-4 hours or whatever, your jar will kind of cool down and it's kind of done activating. So you can go ahead and strain out your gold, or if your gold's all gone and you're ready to go. But like this one, this is my second run on this one, and trying to get a good idea. So you can see spots where the gold has been eaten off and it's still leaving a lot of gold on there. Like that one's eaten off, but it's still here. So this lets me know I just got to run it again, which I just did. And the same thing with this one as well. And that's pretty much what you're looking for. So remember, leave your lids ajar because it does build up some pressure in there. Bunch of water vapor, stuff like that. But after a couple hours, once it's not going crazy or anything else like that, don't worry, it's not going to foam out or nothing like that. You can close your lid if you need to. Give it a good shake, just to kind of mix the product around and help break up all that loose stuff. Once that's done, I'll demonstrate. So what I like to do is put mine in a strainer. I use double filters because I like to catch all the fine gold. But once all the solution's gone, that one's almost done, I will transfer it to this one. And this is where I'll spray it off, kind of to collect all the gold in one spot and everything else like that. And let it dry and collect your gold. And you're going to be basically looking for this when it's said and done. So these are off a Ram stick, so that's 24 karat, ready to go, ready to smelt. Unless you have a jeweler that will buy it in flake form. I think they have to have like electrolysis machine or whatever to read it, blah, blah, blah. But most will want you to have it in a bar or a nugget form or anything else like that. That's another process, we'll get there. But my vendor itself, he takes flakes, so it's not that big. There's a lot of people, especially guys that follow the Mad Scientist. We have vendors in there that will buy your gold from you too if you have a hard time trying to sell it, which I seriously doubt you will. Trying to sell your gold, don't recommend pawn shops. They're in there to make too much money. But find a good jewelry store, one of those we buy gold places. You're not going to get spot price. You'll probably get about 5% less because they got to make a little money too. They got to sell it to the refineries to refine the gold and stuff like that. So if gold is at $88 a gram, right now I think it's like 86, but it hit 88 2 days ago, then like I said, don't be surprised if you get a little bit less. But we're all in this to make money. And we're getting this from Free Electronics, so it's all free money anyways, free gold. Me personally, I don't like to sell my gold because gold is going up and up and up and up and up. It's around like 2,700 or something like that an ounce. So I'm kind of waiting for 3,000 and I'm going to cash it. But that's pretty much it. There is a third solution. Don't recommend this one until you're really ready, but it's basically 1 cup of peroxide and 2 tablespoons of the muriatic acid. The Mad Scientist, he likes to refer this one as a volcano, and he's not joking. So this one is very aggressive. That's for your thicker plated gold stuff. Audio cables that are plated gold. Yes, audio cables for amps has good gold on it. Gold plated jewelry, stuff like that. That will break that stuff down in about an hour. But the trick is that once you start to see that gold floating, then you need to strain that off. You can put your solution back into the jar to continue working on that product, but do not let it just sit in there, because after a while, if you forget about it, walk away, it will eat your gold. So you need to pay attention to that one. So for beginners, stay away from that one for now. So stick with your number 2 or your number 1. Number 1 will extract gold too. Yes, it's just a little bit slower and stuff like that. So solution 1 will get your product in 3 to 4 hours, which is 1 cup of vinegar, 1 cup of peroxide, 2 tablespoons of the muriatic acid. And I'll say this over and over until it actually gets into your heads, because it becomes so repetitive that it becomes second nature. Solution number 1 is 1 cup of the vinegar, 1 cup peroxide, and 2 tablespoons of your coarse sea salt, non-iodized. I know it sounds complicated for the salt, but this is basic salt, non-iodized, so don't overthink it. And solution 3 is only your peroxide and your muriatic acid. It's always going to be a 1-1-2 or a different 1-1-2 kind of formula. So like I said, you'll see this over and over. So save this to your favorites so you could always come back to it if you need to. The little demonstration I did, that's all it is. So don't overthink it. I'm all about making this process as easy as possible. Easy process, easy money, free stuff, free money, free gold. So if you got any questions or concerns, let me know, send me a message. I look at everything. I have the time. I don't have 10 million followers where I get stuck for 2 weeks looking at, comments and stuff like that. So pick my brain, I don't care. If I don't know the answers on something, I don't know somebody that will, and I will get you your answers. So, but I will have the recipe pinned up on top of the video. If you ever see that red ring around me, jump in, because I'm going live doing this stuff. Other than that, I hope everyone has a blessed day, and go get your gold. See ya.